Alright, so gonna do my next shop update video. It's been a little over a year, and lots changed. So last one I was just looking was May of 25. It's now June of 26. So a few things have changed. One, we're full-time with the shop now. I left my day job in March of this year. And today was actually the day that we completed our AS9100 certification audit. So I was actually looking back at my last video, and that was one of the key drivers. So let's talk about what's changed, what had to change. So this mill is still here. It's still been just an absolute workhorse. This was my desk area. This is now our work in progress area. And we built a little display case that's got some of our customer parts, things we've worked on here. We've got two, I guess, general purpose storage cabinets. These are actually kind of fun too. These are little magnetic, I guess 3D printed magnetic labels here that we can label everything with, so still going through the process of labeling all of that. We now have job travelers, so we're using Job Boss for organization. We've got a job in process here. Have a little Tormach lathe. This will probably stay here for a while. We're basically built out of this shop, but already looking at probably needing to upgrade spaces, move and get a larger shop. We'll talk more about that later. I ended up purchasing this machine in April, still bringing it up. It came out of another local shop. Primary reason I got it, so it's a 2021 model, but got it for the 5th axis here. So we can start adding 5th axis capability. Obviously a lot's cleaned up, a little bit on this side, but especially on the back side here. So since the last video, cleaned this all out. We've got epoxy flooring in here. We ended up picking up the Titan 25T brake. We've got a customer that we're doing some sheet metal work for, several customers actually. Probably have another set of videos on that. It's been, there's been some growing pains on it. There's been some great things about it. It's great size, space, capability. We've also had some headaches with control system. We ended up purchasing that. When was that? Must have been November of last year. So we've had it 8 or 9 months now. Shipping, receiving. So this is where everything comes in. There's where we manage travelers, POs, etc. Shipping materials. And then actually in my last video I had mentioned building this room, and we'll look in here in a second. But ended up doing final inspection here. Keeping everything, so basically the part flow in this room, to jump around a little bit, is all of the material storage, material prep, etc. is here, and we've cleaned out a lot of the stuff that was just either unsorted or just surplus material, donated some of it too. We ended up moving in our Avid CNC router, at least temporarily, from the garage where it was. Going to use that for some sheet cutting, but it is just a dust generating, if you will, or a FOD generating, to use the AS9100 term, machine. Plan to install a curtain here just to kind of keep dirty area on the dirty side. This will probably get replaced by a fiber laser, or could get replaced by a fiber laser. That's probably the last major machine I would try to buy for this shop before we'll be looking at likely purchasing a place a little further out into the country where we can get, this is 12 or I don't know, probably 1,400 square feet, and probably looking at 5,000 or 10,000 square feet on the next one. But at any rate, so it starts dirty, moves over here where we're going to have any of the, I guess where the production's going to occur, and then comes back in here clean. Will get inspected as necessary. We've got this conference room table that we're using this as well as just an assembly table. Little TV on the wall there. And then the central area here is basically customer finished goods, any sort of things coming from the customer, prototypes, things I need to store, all of that. Have our kind of heads up work board here. And then this ended up being the office area. So I've got some built-ins here on the side. And then basically this is my primary work area. Also, I noticed we ended up going with the Bamboo P1S. I got a really good deal on that. When was that? Must have been Black Friday time frame last year. Been an absolute workhorse. Love that thing. But at any rate, yeah. So, like I said, I remember going to make this video in January or so, as I was, I guess I went part-time with my previous day job in, I think it was September, towards the end of last year, and I knew at that point, hey, I'm got enough things going. I've had a couple aerospace customers starting to come on board, and I said, okay, well, I know that we're going to be able to do this full-time. My bosses at the time were really gracious about allowing me to work part-time at my previous job, where I could actually really invest the time it was going to take to get this thing to be a full-time gig. And then we went full-time here, started hiring a few people. We've got a couple of kids working for us, yeah, so it's been a journey. It's been exciting. The shop's not done, but at least it is in a finished state, so to where I can actually, look an auditor in the face and say, hey, this is the way we're doing things. The shop is clean. Customers can meet here, that kind of thing. And as I looked in the last video, that clearly wasn't it. So, just recording progress, onward and upward.